Hi there, Michael Eskin here with another ABC Transcription Tools demo. One of the most valuable features in the tool, and one I think a lot of people don't know about, is the ability to save out the MP3 audio for all of the tunes in the Tunebook at one time. So for example, I have a sample Tunebook loaded up here, a bunch of tunes, and let's say I wanted to send this out to all of the people in my session. So typically I would, export a PDF file, and then I would send that PDF out. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. We have this PDF file here, and they'd have the PDF, and they could go to the tunes, and they could click on the tunes and play them. And that's all well and good, but what if they just want the audio for the files along with the PDF so that they could, put them on their phone or bring them into Amazing Slowdown or a transcriber, a program like that? So one way to get the audio for the tunes is you can click the play and then click export audio and then click on one of these buttons and save the individual files out. But there's actually a much easier way to do the entire Tunebook at once, and it's under More Tools, and then Export All Audio or Images, and then Export All as MP3 audio. So on this dialog there are several options that allow you to add some features to the MP3. For example, you might want to have some time to pick up your instrument before the music starts playing, and you might actually want a little click track to kind of set the tempo, and you do that from this drop down. So I'm going to actually say inject both 2 bars of silence and a click intro before each tune. And if the tunes are constructed correctly, in other words, there's no pickups at the beginning and the measures are formatted correctly, and there's information about that here, you can actually have it do repeats of the tune. So for example, if you wanted to have silence, a click track, and then the tune repeated 3 times, you would set this to 3 and then set this to inject 2 bars of silence and click intro. I'll just leave it at 1 for this demo. There may be cases where you don't want the reverb in the MP3 files. For example, you're bringing them into another audio editor where you're adding more instruments, that sort of thing. So I give you the option of either enabling or disabling the reverb. But since I'm just going to send this out to everyone in my session, I'll go ahead and leave the reverb in. It just sounds nicer. And then we click OK. And what it'll do now is it'll walk through each of those tunes and it'll generate the MP3 file for it. And you can kind of see in the notation there the silence and then the click track being injected into the tune. Okay, now that it's done, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to find those files on my computer. They're going to be in the downloads directory, and I'm going to open them in VLC to play them. And you'll hear silence, click track, and then music. Let's try another one. Let's say the Munster Jig. Try one more, Wicklow. So I think this is one of the most valuable features of the tool. It works exactly the same way, whether it's 1 tune, 3 tunes, or 100 tunes. And again, I think it's something that people probably just don't know even exists. So now that you know about it, I hope you'll use it.